So we're back with another episode with My Hero Academia, and this is basically the episode that I had been waiting for a little while now, since I went ahead into the manga a little bit and decided to read a little bit some of it, and this is basically what I had been waiting for. The first half, not so much. I already kind of was like expecting what it was going to be. I still really liked it though, because it shows off more of like how the world has been affected and changed, and what has happened for Hawks. And basically the whole thing with Hawks right now is that, now it's been revealed that his father before in the past was a villain, right? He had done some pretty terrible things, and he didn't live the best life. He lived in like this random like hut in the middle of nowhere with his mother and father. His father was abusive. The mother really couldn't do anything because she was probably constantly terrified of what the husband would probably end up doing if she or her son would end up doing anything. And later on, it's then shown off that the father ends up getting arrested, and by Endeavor. Endeavor was the one who actually ends up arresting Hawks' father, and I like what they did. I don't think this happens like the way that it did in the anime and the manga, but in the anime, like, Hawks is holding the Endeavor doll that his mother had bought for him. And the Endeavor doll for the longest time for Hawks when he was a kid was that it was just something for him to hold on to and for comfort, because it was really all he had. He couldn't really rely on his mother for comfort because she was always constantly terrified of everything. So the only thing he could really do was just admire the heroes from the other side of the TV screen and this little Hawk plushie that he had when he was a little kid. As soon as Hawks stops Hawks' father and ends up arresting him, I don't remember if it happens like this in the manga, but in the anime they decided to engulf the doll and like as like a beacon of light, and I really like that because it really shows like the moment when Endeavor truly became Hawks's like favorite hero and the hero that he admired more than even someone like All Might, despite him being number one, because Hawks is the one that truly saved him and allowed Hawks to go down the path where he got picked up by the commission agency. I forget what they're called. He gets picked up by the agency. He ends up becoming a hero. But what he ends up doing with his mother, which ends up, becoming something to bite him years later, he even says that in the episode, is that he ended up distancing himself from his mother. And he didn't do anything to help her or get closer back to her. He just ignored her after he started working on becoming a hero and started improving his quirk. Regardless of the fact that he was trying to be a hero like Endeavor, who was trying to be like this beacon of hope for people and save people who really needed it. Instead he didn't do that for his mother, bit him in the back, and Dabi was able to, with the help of the other League of Villains members probably, they found out Hawks' real identity, the history behind him and his family and his father, and it came back to haunt him in the end anyways. But Hawks isn't, too pressed about it. He actually is glad about it because now it's something that he doesn't have to hold him back anymore. And now he can go on and move forward, continuing to be a better hero. And during the time when, the society really needs heroes, but to also then help Endeavor, because Endeavor really needs help right now, because the hero society is completely all turned around with heroes quitting, heroes retiring, with villains running amok all over the city streets, and they're robbing people, they're assaulting people, and doing all this messed up things. The society and the people in all these different towns and cities are losing their hope and their trust within the heroes, and it becomes ever growing as this continues on more and more, as the heroes aren't really doing anything, because with everything that has happened thus far over the past like I think like year. How long has it been, like, since, like, what's the time frame from when Deku goes into UA to where we currently are? Is that like a year? I feel like that's like a year, or like a year and a half. I don't remember. Anyways, from the first time like Anomu went ahead and attacked the UA high school, all the way to now, and everything that has happened from the events from then to what it has happened now, people have started to become more fearful of villains, more fearful of the Nomus, and they started to lose trust within the Hero Society. And everyone is mostly putting the blame on Endeavor, especially considering that Dabi revealed that he, the son of the #1 hero currently, has become a villain, and he did all this messed up shit with his family and this and that. And I really liked this part of the episode towards the end, where it's like we're going back to Endeavor in the hospital room, and he has, you know, a little moment for himself to reflect on what's going on in the world, what's going on within the Hero Society, and then he remembers the sins of his past and the stuff that he did, and it's haunting him, right? It is literally haunting him as it's all coming back, and it's been truly manifested with now Dabi as one of the main showrunners of the League of Villains, and he's regretting everything that he's ever done up until this point. Everything that he did that caused what happened to happen. He regrets every choice decision that he has made, and he wished that he could have gone back through time and fixed what happened and do a better job, and maybe they wouldn't be in this predicament. Maybe his son would have become a lot more better. Something better would have happened if he had just done a better job of being a father and a husband. And he starts bawling his eyes out, right? He starts finally like releasing his built up emotions that have been growing and growing and growing, and he couldn't let all those emotions out on the battlefield because he was too focused on trying to help everyone else stop the League of Villains and stop Shigaraki. And now he's finally having this moment for himself where he can cry, and then that's when the rest of his family walks in. You know, Shoto is there, Fuyumi is there, Natsuo is there. They're all checking up on him. They want to talk to him, but more importantly, it's his wife who wants to talk to him. Rei ends up showing there from I think they put her in what Endeavor did was they put her in a psychiatric ward. I don't know if that's exactly where she was put in, but she was put into a hospital, and she's out of the hospital, and now she's there at the central hospital where Endeavor currently is, and she wants to talk about their family, and specifically about their son Toya, and the actions that have led to where they currently are, and how they feel about their actions, which led to the result of what has become of Dabi, right? And like I said, I read a little bit in the manga, and basically the end result is they talk about what happened, and Endeavor tries to take like the brunt force of the blame, because in that moment he truly is like sorrow. He feels true sorrow for his actions of what he did and who he was during that time period. But they all start trying to take other pieces of blame as well, and I'll explain to that when it eventually ends up getting animated. I don't really want to talk about them right now because I want to watch that episode. I really want to watch next week's episode when it starts delving more into the Todoroki family, what happened to Toya, and why he became Dabi, and all this other stuff. And this is the moment that I have been waiting for since I went and read it in the manga, and it's finally been animated, and it hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna lie. Very heavy, very emotional stuff that's about to happen in the next week's episode. A very, very emotional. I don't really know what else to say. I kind of feel like I'm repeating myself. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's just very heavy, very emotional, but it's gonna be really good, right? It's gonna be really something else. It's something that I have been kind of waiting for with Endeavor for a long time, because I already kind of like felt like Endeavor was like becoming one of the greatest characters in the show, and now he's becoming even more of the greatest character in the show. I'm really enjoying it. Anyways, that's kind of all I really have to say about the episode. It was really, really good. I really liked it. It's obviously it's slower paced in comparison to all the action that we saw, but I've said this before. The action in My Hero Academia is kind of like so anyways. Sometimes it's pretty good. Sometimes it's kind of like whatever. It's the characters and the emotions that they feel in the moment that really that really interests me. And Endeavor is one of the characters whose backstory and character and emotion towards his actions what really sticks with me, and it's what really engages me. We're seeing more of that, and I really want to see more of it for next week. And obviously we're going to see more of that, but I just want to see it already. I want to see it. I want to see it already. I want to see the freaking episode. Anyways, that's the point. I really liked it. The episode was really good. Next week is probably going to be even better. But that's besides the point. Anyways, if you liked the video, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more, please be sure to subscribe. See you guys next one. Have a fantastic day. I'm out. Peace.